Have you ever watched the price of something just go insane? Skyrocketing for no reason, and then bam, it all comes crashing down? That, my friends, is a financial bubble. And today, we're going to break down exactly how they work using a story about something you probably have in your kitchen right now.
Yep, it's just a banana. Simple, yellow, great in a smoothie. Normally you know exactly what it's worth. It's food. But in our story, this humble piece of fruit is about to become the star of a massive economic drama.
It sounds completely ridiculous, doesn't it? A banana taking down an economy? But this is the core question of every bubble. How does something, a banana, a flower, a stock, get so hyped up that its collapse causes total chaos? Well, let's find out.
Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. Imagine a simple jungle economy. In this world, everything makes perfect sense. Monkeys use leaves as money, and bananas? Well, bananas are for eating. A monkey gets hungry, it pays one leaf for a banana, and then it eats the banana. End of story. The transaction is based on actual use. It's stable, it's logical, it's normal. Remember this price, one leaf. But then, something in the air changes. A new idea starts to spread. What if a banana wasn't just for eating? What if it was a ticket to getting rich? This is the spark. This is where the mania really begins.
All of a sudden, monkeys aren't buying bananas to eat them anymore. Nope, they're buying them because they're convinced they can sell them to another monkey tomorrow for even more leaves. And just like that, the price jumps from one leaf all the way to 10. The hype is officially on.
Now, this is where human, or monkey, psychology takes over. The first big driver is FOMO, fear of missing out. Monkeys look over and see their neighbors getting rich selling bananas, and they think, wait a minute, I've got to get in on this before I'm left behind.
And that FOMO leads right into our next concept, herd behavior. You know, monkey see, monkey do. When it looks like everybody is buying bananas and making a killing, it just feels like the right thing to do. The logic isn't about the banana anymore, it's about the crowd. If they're all doing it, it must be a good idea.
And this creates this incredibly powerful feedback loop that just fuels the bubble. More buying pushes the price up. That rising price creates more hype and more FOMO. That brings in even more buyers, which pushes the price even higher. It's a total self-feeding frenzy.
So what happens? The price of a single banana goes ballistic, hitting 50 leaves. Now at this stage, the price has absolutely nothing to do with how good the banana tastes. It's based entirely on the hope that some greater fool will come along tomorrow and pay even more for it.
Just when you think things can't possibly get any crazier, a new character enters the story, the Monkey Bank, and they're about to pour gasoline all over this fire. And they do it with a tool called leverage. Simply put, leverage is just using borrowed money to make bigger bets. It can be an amazing way to amplify your gains, but it's also incredibly dangerous. Let me break it down. Say you invest your own 100 leaves. If the price goes up 10%, you make 10 leaves. A 10% gain. Makes sense? But now let's use leverage. You only put down 10 of your own leaves and you borrow 90 from the bank. That same 10% price jump still gives you a 10-leaf profit. But since you only put in 10 leaves, that's a 100% gain. You doubled your money. But, and this is a huge but, if the price drops by 10%, you lose 10 leaves, which means your entire investment is wiped out. Gone. Leverage cuts both ways, hard.
So, with the Monkey Bank handing out easy loans, pretty much every monkey can now afford to get in on the action. This tidal wave of borrowed money pushes the banana price to its absolute, dizzying peak, a mind-boggling 100 leaves for one banana. The bubble is at its maximum size.
But here's the thing about bubbles. No matter how big and shiny they get, they are fragile. They all eventually have to face reality. And for our banana bubble, that moment has come.
It doesn't start with a bang. It starts with a whisper, a simple thought. Maybe one monkey decides it's actually hungry. Another one just looks at a tree. And suddenly, they remember the simple truth that everyone forgot in the excitement. A banana is just a banana. It's for eating, and it grows on trees. It's not rare at all.
That tiny bit of sanity is all it takes to trigger the panic. A few monkeys quietly start to sell. The price dips, just a little. But remember all those monkeys who borrowed money? When the price drops, the bank gets nervous and calls them up, demanding its leaves back. This forces them to sell their bananas at any price they can get, flooding the market and making the price crash even faster. And just like that, greed flips to pure abject terror. The same herd behavior that shot the price up to the moon now sends it crashing back down to Earth. It's a stampede for the exits. The fear of missing out is replaced by the fear of losing absolutely everything.
The end result is just devastation. The price completely implodes, falling from 100 leaves all the way down to half a leaf. That's even less than what it was worth before any of this madness began. The bubble has officially popped.
So what's the point of this sad, tropical story of financial ruin? What are the big lessons we can pull from the ashes of the great banana mania?
Well, the most important question for all of us is, how can we see these patterns in the real world? It's always 20/20 in hindsight, of course, but there are some classic warning signs you can learn to look for.
So you really have to watch for these red flags. When your dentist or your cousin suddenly becomes an investing expert making a fortune on something, maybe be a little cautious. When you hear that tons of people are borrowing money to get in on the action, be very cautious. And when the entire conversation is about how the price can only go up and nobody's talking about what the thing actually is or does, you might just be looking at a bubble.
At the end of the day, the story of the banana bubble is a story as old as time. It's about what happens when our very human emotions, our greed, our fear, our need to follow the crowd, completely overwhelm our rational thinking. And it really makes you stop and ask, what asset out there right now has a price that's driven more by pure hype than by its actual substance? What's the next banana?